crypto pirates and crypto junkies alike. Glad to have you guys here today on the day of my Snip day. I am not super excited about what we got planned for today, or at least what I've got planned for the day, but I am super excited about hanging out with all of you Hexicans, and I will bring up some of this motley crew right now. I will announce this all.
Hello.
This is an unofficial announcement, but I'd like to let you all know we have some huge plans for this channel going forward. Unfortunately, day jobs get in the way right at this moment, but we think we've got ways to bring more of you Hexicans to the forefront. So if any of you guys have specialized skills in anything, I'd love for you guys to reach out to us here at Discourse Syndicate. You can reach out to me personally. You can either DM me on Twitter or on Telegram. I would like to start looking at some of your guys' resumes. So just want to put that out there. Don't want you guys to FOMO too hard because things are fluid and always changing. But we've got big things happening for us on this end, and we won't reveal details at this point in time. But we're excited that we're going to be able to hopefully hit a bigger audience for all of you Hexicans and pump all your bags for you. So in the meantime, thank you guys for joining me on the day of my Snip.
My heart stopped for a split second when you started talking. Oh, we have amazing plans, but unfortunately, and I thought like, unfortunately, those plans do not include this guy, and you start kicking out like, and this guy, and this guy.
Yeah, well,
that would be funny.
Barely crafty. You're allowed back on when you are really crafty. Henry Hex.
Oh, don't ruin this! Don't ruin this.
Yeah, you've got to you. Okay, all right. We won't do that. All right.
Not until after, right?
Did you send me a timestamp on that?
Oh, it's got its own. It's
I
actually,
downloaded it.
Richard put it on.
Okay.
Richard put it on. It's like the last 10 minutes of the stream, and it's labeled jokes.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
don't
Papa
read
B.
the timestamp. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
dude,
I
I
won't.
thought I needed to clip it. I clipped it, but
Well, good. Well,
can
did
use
you
that
send
too.
it to me? I don't see you sent it to me.
no, I can't do that. No.
Okay. All right. We'll get it added up there. I gotta do all the back end work. Well, actually, that's part of the reason I was late this morning is I was fixing all the meta tags on the last couple videos that the captain doesn't do any of that stuff. So, KNTX has got to swing in and try to be the hero of the day and hopefully get it in front of more eyes. So
Meta tag resume coming in.
that's right. I need to hold on 1 second, guys. I got to go add that to the meta tags resume.
Meta tagger, professional meta tagger.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
That sounds really cool, but it's not. But it sounds really cool.
It does sound cool, but it's really not. You're right. So
Unless someone in the audience is doing it, then yeah, it's cool. It's amazing.
All right.
Happy
So
Ethereum Fork Day, guys. Happy Berlin Fork. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Did
Today's
that already
Berlin
happen?
Fork is
Yeah,
kaput.
it happened. It happened a couple hours ago.
Happy high gas fee. Gwei was like 500 Gwei or something I saw earlier. So, like, it hasn't done anything positive by the looks of it. If anything, it's made
No,
it
I think-
worse.
No. Gwei is actually pretty low right now.
Yeah, it's like 60. Yeah, what do you?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
60. Yeah.
I saw a few posts on Twitter, like when it first launched, and it was like 500 Gwei.
That's nuts. I don't see that in gas.
well, that's what
Yeah.
it's funny because someone at the very beginning in the comments said the same thing. Those gas fees, though, well, I don't have any stakes ending, so I have no reason to be transacting right now. So
I got one due tomorrow. Oopsie.
No, you'll
Hope
be
it's
fine.
a big
if
one.
gas stays at the same level. No. Actually, I checked cost of emergency end staking, which is slightly higher than regular end stake. And with current gas fees, like if you put it on slow, it is around $100. So it's not terrible.
I
not
saw it
terrible at
clocked
all.
$82 too, Crafty. I saw that, but I thought it was an error. So you're seeing that as around 100.
Yeah.
well,
Have
we're
looked and have seen that if I try to emergency unstake day 3 stake, it would cost around 200. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
No. Did you check?
can't
What
speak
do
to
you
this.
mean by emergency end staking and then restaking? Because the cost of staking is around like 12 or
No.
15 bucks.
I just looked at in MetaMask how much would it cost to emergency unstake day 3 stake.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's at
Don't do it.
$209 or something like that.
Don't you do it?
Don't
Now,
press
is
the
that
button.
remember what was-
Slovakian money or United States dollars?
Do you remember what
'Cause-
Gwei? How many Gwei that was at that time?
Haven't looked. Don't know. Just
Can you check it
the
now? Because now
dollar.
it's pretty low. It's like 75.
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Were you looking in Slovakian money or U.S. dollars? Because
Slovakian money.
It's euros. Come on, we are in the big team.
Did you say the big
Slovakian
team?
yielders.
He was
We're in the big
checking
team.
Peteristan dollars.
Those Europeaners.
Europeaners. I love that.
KNTX,
Yeah,
you got the video now.
Okay.
Right
Well,
now,
I appreciate that, man. I'll get that uploaded to the channel and we'll throw that out there
Did you
as a
manage to
shameless
check that?
plug. So thank you, Papa B, for throwing a shameless plug out there. I couldn't stay awake the whole time. I was like, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I missed it. But
You
I
guys
actually
all
had
left me alone to represent for
I know.
for that. I think Crafty even logged off for a little while. I was like all alone, so I had to represent for all of you guys asking your important questions.
Have you guys seen it or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm about to play it right now. Before we do, though, I want to let a few more people pile in here. We've had some great clips to play on this, and it's back to back this week. This is fantastic, guys. So just want to throw a shout out to Peter Danis. He's constantly first. Balliet Brand, always a close second. John Wallace, Markable Thoughts, Blackwing, Funky Fresh, Super HEX, Newsdrob. We got Corian Investor. We got the OG Hexakin streamer, Serena Alonzi, on here. Got Wales Only. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And yes, let's keep the dialogue open on the DMs and Twitter, you and I. Baggio. We've got Earthling. We've got, gosh, man, we got so many people. Decentralife Crypto. Crypto King, of course, our Dana White of the crypto space. We got MT Coiner, Backishmail. Appreciate Huddle Dog. Huddle Dog's even here. What do you know? Did anybody send that guy a link in case he wants to make it?
I
Nah.
told you. Okay.
He's waiting for the last 5 minutes.
Well, I asked if you guys would please send him one. I was too busy trying to get everything all set up, but he may not be able to make it anyway. Working for work and listening to KNTX nipples. Nipples. So, all right. Oh, check this out. Interview request for Richard Hart with Wild West Crypto Show. So hopefully they give him longer than 8 minutes. That was the only downside to Coffee and I's appearance on the Wild West Crypto Show. So we got Identity Block. Thank you, sir. Brand and Hexakins. I guess we're just in the Hexakin title there. So, well, we've got about 5 more people than we had before. So I'll go check on Theta here in a minute. But in the meantime, I would like to share this. This is awesome. Now, the question is whether I decide to mute all of you guys and bring you down, or if we stay here and allow for comments. What do you guys vote on for this one?
I think comments should be welcome because I've actually never seen the video portion of it, so this is like new to me.
Okay.
So I heard that the video, huh?
Okay, sounds good.
Peter's self-muted. What are we gonna do without the whistling snot?
Oh,
Peter,
real quick, guys.
muted.
Real
It's
quick,
fine.
before I do this, we have a special guest. No, we don't.
Richard?
Just kidding. Yes.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Finally.
All right, guys. Here you go for the comedic relief of the day.
Wake up Hex guys on the stream every week. I know you've dropped in a couple times. We were really grateful for that. So KNTX wants to know, he's not here today, none of these guys are. KNTX wants to know, after his vasectomy, how soon after before he can pulse again?
I don't know, man. I've always been afraid of the snip, so I haven't really got it memorized.
That's fine. Okay,
That shit's scary to me, dude.
I'll say that that's immediately then. Excellent. Markable Thoughts wants to know how much of his outlandishly long beard should he trim?
I think beards look lame. I used to
Wise man.
I'll
take that as clean cut.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a beard though, so
Yeah.
How can Barely Crafty rebrand himself effectively?
Really crafty?
Yep. Very good one. And two more. Henry Hex, should he share 25% or 30% of his stake with Papa B?
I have no idea. It's you guys. Go for your last one.
I'll take that as 30%. And the last one is Peter wants to know, how old is too old to play with airsoft in Slovakia?
I roll.
Thank you.
All right.
Edit those guys out in the future.
Leave it to Papa B to troll Richard.
I know, right? And Richard was so proud that. And Richard was so proud that he had no trolls up until that point.
Exactly. I heard that and I said, "What? 8 hours and no trolling?
Challenge accepted.
Hold my Dr. Pepper."
That was great, man. Thanks for the
Guys,
shameless plug.
What do you think? How long will it take for?
What?
How long will it
How
take
long
for
will it take
Liberty to
for-
stop watching today?
Oh,
I still didn't hear it. What?
Yeah, say that
I
again.
think you're lagging.
Great.
You're lagging today.
Bad day in Slovakia.
someone else is using the dial-up.
hey, Hoodle Dog.
Maybe hold on.
Konnichiwa,
Bitches.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, you know, just bitching around.
So guys, for the clip that we just watched, Papa B was so proud of it that he called me and
Of
And then
course.
I was just relaxing. I was just doing my thing, and he said, "Are you at a computer?" No. So I went to my computer, and he let me watch the stream like at 7 hours, whatever, in the stream, and then we were just waiting on the moment that he would be saying this. And I was on the phone with the guy for like 20 minutes because he was like, "No, don't skip it. You'll scroll through it."
Yes, of course. I wanted to share. Hey, and by the way, just so everyone knows, when I said Markable, did you see the stream today? He says, "No, I had to go to the river."
Yeah.
And I said, "What
Markable.
heresy is this? You idiot.
Markable.
The
What-
river."
There is a nice,
What
trick.
dead body
with
were
Papa B.
you dumping in the river?
Oh, you know, I don't remember the names anymore.
Markable. Next time, just say, "Oh yeah, I've seen it. It was amazing." And
Yeah, and then he just hangs up.
Really?
That's
Did
a
you
better-
like hour one or
That's what
hour
I did.
two?
Oh, that's awesome. That is
Welcome,
so
all the
cool.
dogs. Have you seen the stream?
Yeah, I catched up, man. I just went to bed, I guess, when he started, and then in the morning when I got up, like, whoa, there's still a stream going on. So yeah, I catched up. Try to make a summary, just uploading right now the video. So just try to take out a little bit the key points, which are maybe now clearer than before, and the stuff we still don't know. We still will have an update by the end of the month, I guess.
Yeah, we should start talking about that. We're 18 minutes in. Might be a good
It's
idea.
your stream. Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to figure out what happens at the end of this month, like what details he actually wants to release, how much of the game theory he's actually put together and is definitive on. I mean, I don't ever talk about anything that I try to personally talk with Richard about, but the one thing I will say is there's so much noise in the PulseChain chat that it's hard to get any good constant thoughts in there. I mean, there's some really good comments from some really smart people in there, and they just get drowned out so quick by the noise. So there's a few of the suggestions that I put out there to Richard directly. I sent them directly to Richard because, and whether I have no expectations of whether he'll use any of my ideas, but I would like to see like a dual coin, one for transaction purposes and one for price appreciation, kind of like Theta and T-Fuel or Gas to Neo. I would like to see something like that. That way you've got one that we can just throw away and fee burning for the sake of processing transactions, and then the other one to actually appreciate. And then I also think it is a poor idea, even though I wish that only Hexicans were getting airdrops. I hope that there's free claims for other big networks, kind of like we did with the Bitcoin free claim. And I hope a lot of the diehard ERC20 communities get some of the airdrop, because those guys, they've already proven that they are diehard communities that will have extreme loyalty to their projects. I won't name those projects here on the channel, but it'd be nice if they got some airdrops as well, because then they'd have automatic, immediate buy-in to this new coin. So I think this launch is going to have to be different than Hex. Hex was a spit in the eye of crypto because he did everything that they did better and called them out on all their bullshit. I think in this case, it needs to be what the traditional release of a coin is. I think it's got to go more traditional in the way of paying the right shills, marketing in the crypto, within the crypto space, having the right influencers talk about it, because that's the thing that gets rid of the gatekeeping. When enough influencers are talking about it, the CZs of the world and the coin market caps of the world seem to allow projects that probably shouldn't get the light of day to go right on page one as soon as they hit that price appreciation and their market cap's large enough. So those are just my suggestions. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I know there's a lot of people that will agree with me. I just think that this is a chance for, in a roundabout way, Hex to get in front of the people that didn't like it before because they got spit in the eye with the launch of Hex, and for us to become like crypto space adopted and possibly mass adopted in the future. So just some thoughts. I don't know if any of you guys have thoughts amongst the pile of dribble that I just threw out there in front of everyone that I just regurgitated.
I think you've touched on at least one issue that Richard went into in depth, and that was the new pivot to be able to have Pulse get into the hands of different people and influencers, and the fact that he's kind of resigned to play the game, whereas Hex was telling the truth. Now something else has to be added so that they get the truth, but coded in the encapsulation of their own stupidity. So very interesting.
Yeah, what I liked about the plans with launch of Pulse was what Richard said. He wants to provide a freemium, but he wants to make sure that freemium gets to the right people, to those who will buy more, not just to those who will immediately just insta dump and move on. That's if he managed to figure that out, it will be awesome.
I actually agree with that, and that's why I like the idea. And I think Cabana's right. Most non-Hexicans would sell the crap out of an airdrop. But I don't know, man. There's some diehard communities out there. If you can adopt some of these diehard communities, let's take. I hate to throw this out there on our stream here, but let's take Chainlink for instance. Like, let's be honest. Having a real world oracle touch a crypto project, we know that there's a vulnerability in that. We've heard Richard speak to it. We've already seen one of 3 oracles give bad information on their project in the past, but yet you can't get rid of the link marines. I mean, they're all over the place. The XRP army. I mean, I think there's no community out there more diehard than Hexicans, but just go troll Twitter for an hour and you'll figure that one out real quick, or the crypto Twitter anyway. But I think there's some value in these other diehard communities having some buy-in immediately. I think a lot of them would hold on. I just don't know which ones would, So I think Cabana's right that there's a lot of non-Hexicans that would sell the crap out of it. But then again, we know hexagons and pulsicans, as I will call them for now, are going to be the first ones to pulsars. Anyway, the pulsars are going to go in and sweep up every bit of
You were
cheap
just
pulse.
posing hot air, dude.
Nice.
You know what? Let's airdrop XRP people. Those bunch of sad souls held for years and years.
Yeah,
That's true. Hey, but this Richard said this as well. The Uniswap token, it got dropped to a lot of people, and a lot of hexagons sold it for HEX, and so the price just tanked. But then it went up like crazy. I think, and now more people know about that coin than if they would just, I don't know, do something else that's more exclusive.
Yeah.
So I still think it's a great idea, and even if it drops, all right. So
Yeah.
what?
Well, there's not going to be a marketplace for it immediately, unless it's on its own marketplace. If they decide to fork Uniswap, or we don't have any of those details yet. But there's not going to be initially a market at the moment of the airdrop. And for tax purposes, he's not unaware of United States taxes. So I think it'll be a zero value airdrop at the moment of the airdrop. So how much are they really going to sell? How much can they afford to sell?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to get for selling a zero value coin initially?
Well, it's going to go up in value real quick, right?
I think it will. I think it will. But hopefully those
then it will
guys
drop probably.
Hopefully at any point that there's any value to it, the people who are going to dump. I don't know. I'm just thinking some other things out there, because how many people got Uniswap airdrop and then sold it, and they're looking back going, damn, I should have held on to my Uniswap. I've heard it from a lot of people.
But
Damn, what if a Link Marine sells their Pulse, and then they watch it do 100x, and they're like, damn, I should have bought that.
They're buying back then, man.
Then they're buying back at a higher price.
That's the thing. Yeah, for sure.
I think there's two things there, though, isn't it? If there is an airdrop, it needs to be straight away, and then that selling can kind of be absorbed, and then it can go up from it. Not like what Bitcoin Cash did, where people over time, because we're cashing in, and they still can probably, so they mint their Bitcoin Cash, and that will hurt the price long term.
Mm-hmm. I think all it does is just get the people who are going to dump early when it's cheap anyway.
Yeah,
I think the reason why Uni did so well was it got listed everywhere. So if HEX can get listed everywhere, that's what pumped the price. It's listed on Coinbase, it's listed everywhere really, really quickly. And there was a big sell-off to start with, but obviously they got ahead of getting that listing in on everything. So that really pumped the price.
Yeah. I just took a look at it. It dropped about 60-70% from the moment it dropped, it got launched. But if you would have hold from the beginning, you would at least have a 10x. So yeah, I think something like that, that's not a bad idea. If you do something similar to Uni, then you're going for exposure, you're going for getting known and getting people to understand what it is, or to do at least a bit of research on it. Might drop, but I think it will go up way higher after that. Probably.
I think so too.
It's better than just dropping to hexagons, because then you have that really strong link to hexagons, and we're already being gatekept. So that will make it harder for PulseChain to get out into the world, I guess.
I agree with that.
I think it's going to be funny when it gets into the hands of the influencers and they suddenly sing the praises of that token. It's going to be hysterical.
Who made
that'll
this?
be a troll within a troll of the entire ecosystem, of the entire cryptosphere, right?
Yep.
And then it'll go to number one.
So if there's a massive Pulse airdrop, it needs to be worthless at the time of the drop for tax purposes. Papa B and I specifically have been talking about this for weeks now. This is not our first time saying this on this stream, because as American citizens, this is very much something we are aware of and something that scares the hell out of us. Last thing I need to be done is airdrop something that's worth $1 million initially, and then it dropped to 50% price, and then I got to sell 100% of it to pay my tax liability on it. So,
or more.
Yes, if it's initially zero, if it's initially zero, that's totally a different thing. So if it's initially zero and then it goes up, then I only have to pay capital gains on it after a year, after I've held it for a year. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not selling anything within the first year. I think that would be stupid, ludicrous. So anything that comes from Pulse, whether it be a dual token or a single token, I think it'd be foolish to sell early. And I do want to say, yes, Maddie, I think did have something on a stream last night. I had to get off for business calls. We had some pretty important business calls for Discourse Syndicate last night. And so I didn't get to watch all of the stream, but Maddie, Wales, Kareem, you guys are doing phenomenal work over there on that channel. Thank you guys for the extra exposure. You guys need to keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep fighting the good fight. Exactly. If it's not worthless when received, then I definitely do not want it. Yeah, that's scary, guys.
I think Richard mentioned on the stream, though, that because someone brought it up and he was aware of the tax implications, and I think he said that he would try and launch it at 0.
Yeah,
dude, he got my spam. Yeah. My spam was just hitting him 50 messages saying, "God damn it, I don't want to go to jail because I can't afford the taxes on something."
Right.
If the Pulse kind of airdrop isn't based on HEX holdings, what do you think it will be based on?
Now say that again for me.
So he said that the Pulse airdrop won't be based on how much HEX you have. He mentioned in the stream. So what do you think it will be based on? You know, who's going to be eligible for this?
T-shirts.
Amount of facial hair.
Length of stake.
Yeah, the more the better. Yeah.
No, reverse.
I'm pretty sure he said that, you know, he doesn't want it just to reward hexagons. So he said, you know, he wants to bring attention to the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's, you know, you wouldn't get it. Maybe a little bit more if you're a hex holder, but there's got to be another mechanism that then he's going to be dropping it to other people to get attention to it. So I was just wondering what people thought that would be. It needs
to prove that people are holders. That's the parameter, right? Like he wants to give the right people the token. So what would you do to get the coins to those people?
If more communities are getting involved in the
airdrop, he may not be doing an airdrop at all. So
he mentioned that on the stream too. He said that he wants to reward people that actually purchase something, right? Didn't he say that as well on the stream?
Yeah.
And he wants to reward them greatly. So the only people that can dump are the people that actually put skin in the game.
The only people who get the privilege to dump the price are the people that paid for the privilege. So
there it is.
Cabana,
well said.
But then it won't be 0. Then it's not an airdrop anymore.
But then then there's potentially some sort of adoption phase, isn't there, where you can purchase it before the launch of the coin, maybe.
Similar like the AA. How did the AA affect taxes? How did that go
as well? Pre-claiming phase.
It makes, for tax reasons, it makes no difference. It's just a transaction, so you're just selling your ETH to buy HEX, for example.
Yeah, it was just it was just an acquisition of the asset at the ending price. At the end of the day, what the ratio was from ETH to HEX was your actual acquisition price on the asset itself for US tax.
There's no taxable gain until you sell.
Or trade into another coin, unfortunately, thanks to our 2017 tax law.
Right, but you're talking about tax basis, though, right? The cost basis has to be established upon the time that it comes into your wallet. So that's the whole trick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I did it based upon, I had it recorded with my accountant based upon the price of ETH the day that it was in the ratio. Well, the day that I got into the adoption amplifier with ETH and its ratio to HEX at that time, you can derive a dollar value from that. So that's what I use.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So you didn't do, well, I mean, you've got several different combinations, and once you choose one, you have to stick with it. But that would have been maybe kind of a quasi highest in, first out type of scenario? Because that's what my tax advisor mentioned.
Absolutely. So it behooved me on my tax strategy. I can't speak to anyone else's. Everyone else's tax strategy is separate, different, whatever. But it behooved me to do a FIFO, a first in, first out. So that way, as long as I can hold the first amount that I acquired at least a year, then I'm only hit with the capital gains instead of the nominal tax fee, my nominal tax. So, and then you can also, the cost of acquisition via gas fees to claim and to transact with, those can also be used as an expense against your cost basis. So at least that's what I was told by a tax professional who was willing to sign off that is correct, and it falls on them and their E&O insurance instead of my tax liability if the IRS decides something different down the road. So here's the thing, circling back around, even if let's just say there is an airdrop. Let's not forget, guys, we have some Genesis whales, more than one, who are invested in HEX right now. So, and we're talking ETH Genesis whales. So do you not think that he would reward people with hundreds of millions of dollars in their account that have held for a long, long time to also hold some Pulse token?
Yeah, you could maybe like
Nice, yeah.
you could favor hexagons, I guess.
He said he
Well,
doesn't
Hex,
matter.
Hex,
But he
Hex is
doesn't
getting an
want to.
airdrop anyway, though, isn't it? So let's be honest,
Yeah,
we're
that's
getting
true.
a copy. So we're getting an airdrop. And
Yeah, that's true.
like, as Richard said on stream, he'd be very surprised if the two halves weren't greater than the cost, the total now. So, you know, like, we are getting an airdrop. So I think people need to kind of be on the page that, yeah, it's great to get free money, but you are getting free money. Like, you're getting double what you have. Might not be US dollar value double at the time, but even if it's 30%, one of them goes down 30% and one stays at the same price, you know, this is still a great return for doing nothing.
I agree. My point really was, though, that do you not think that ETH holders are going to be, if there's an airdrop, that ETH holders wouldn't be given? I mean, it's a fork off of ETH. Don't you think you'd want buy-in from those who are loyal ETH holders?
Those
And
people
what if-
could be notorious speculators and dumpers, though, as well, couldn't they?
That's okay. If it keeps you from getting gatekept, what would you rather? The gatekeeping or an immediate price dump and then a rebound appreciation afterwards?
Yep.
I mean,
I'd rather price go to nothing immediately and then bounce back and no gatekeeping.
It's a really difficult subject, though, isn't it? It's really hard with airdrops, whether it should be one or not. Like, you know, and I think even Richard kind of alluded to what he wasn't sure on what to do, you know, whether it's worth doing or not. So I don't know, it's pure speculation, isn't it, at the moment? But you know, I can see the benefit of doing it if it gets adoption, but I can also see the harm if no one values it and it just sells it.
yeah.
Some kind of freemium onboarding would be good. I think it worked in HEX. It worked in kind of Uniswap with the Uni token, and yeah, it could work. Some kind of airdrop, maybe something you can claim. If you install the wallet for the PulseChain, you get some coins.
So
And
I
what
think.
if-
Oh, go ahead, Hodl Dog. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
No, just an idea. What if he really is going to copy the full system state and you get an airdrop of every coin you have in your wallet?
Everyone's going
So-
to want to be there. Yeah.
So you have all the coins out there, maybe minus the rug pulls and the scam coins. You have a copy if you ever hold them before the snapshot in your wallet. So I don't know, because I was speculating if it goes in direction like we see on Matic, where you just have per default some value of Matic in your wallet whenever you come, and this is enough to make the transactions. You don't need, like you said in the beginning, KNTX, like you want to have something like in Neo, you have the Neo token and the gas for transacting, like you have those kind of separate things. But I think the focus is too much on on a possible airdrop. If there's an airdrop, it will be nice, and if there's no airdrop, don't be sad, because it's like all with the other airdrops, and
so
maybe
I don't
even
care.
qualify.
I don't care so much about token valuation and supply as it hits the market. That doesn't bother me so much as see ya.
He didn't want to hear KNTX.
Nothing more to say.
Well, I see how you feel about my thoughts on that. Thank you, Dog.
Refresh the page.
How do you really feel? How do you really feel? So I'm not so concerned about the price of Pulse and who gets it initially and what the supply is. That doesn't matter to me so much. We know it's going to be successful. I just care about it getting in the hands of the gatekeepers who automatically find value in it and therefore do not want to gatekeep it because they want price appreciation of something that they got for free. That's all I care about, is the gatekeeping. The price appreciation will come. It may come 5 years from now, may come 10 years from now. I just think it speeds up if we don't have the gatekeeping. So anything we can do to stop the gatekeeping is all I care about.
But I'm a little bit worried. One thing just comes to mind. So the gatekeeping is done away. Let's imagine that. If hexagons, and I'm guilty of this, let's say are still an impassioned crew that go and bump up their value and spread the word like hexagons do, like little piranha on everybody's chat. How long do you think that gatekeeping is going to stay abated? We're very passionate, right? We're very passionate.
It only gets better from here.
Yeah, it's getting better already.
The gatekeeping doesn't. The longer this project shows legs, the longer the Hex product shows legs and a track record, the less gatekeeping they can do and will be less incentivized to do in the future. Again, like Richard has said in the past, this is still an opportunity. Because of the gatekeeping, this is still a great opportunity. Otherwise, we'd be at $1 right now if there wasn't the gatekeeping. I truly believe that. Go ahead, Barely. I'm sorry.
I think Barely has to go to the bathroom. Barely?
Okay.
You may go.
Maybe excused. Maybe excused.
I had an idea, like if anyone needs a reason to stake specifically today, even though today the Berlin fork happened, there is such reason, because today is a very good day as far as daily payout goes, because we have a lot of penalties, 8 million so far. So half of that, 4 million, goes to stakers. And that means that we will be above 6 hex per t-shirt. We'll get like approximately 6.5% more hex. It's pretty significant, especially like for the last couple of weeks, we've seen like 5.8, 5.7. So it's nice to see a nice fat payout. And if you stake today, you'll take part in that payout right after rollover in a couple hours. That's what I did. I FOMO'd in because of penalties today.
You're a penalty FOMOer. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's a new one. I haven't heard of that.
No shame. But listen, for every t-shirt, you get 0.36 hex more today, from my calculations. Like basically 1 extra hex for every 3 t-shirts.
Is that why I've dropped down the league like 2 places today? Too many people trying to too many people trying to get these free coins.
Maybe.
I think it was very crafty.
8 million in penalties.
Yeah, Barely Crafty has just staked $1.5 million worth of Hex for 5.
Well,
5.
Henry, in your calculations.
My calculations, asshole.
But
Henry,
great point. If you like money, stake now.
Stake today. Like today is a good day to stake because it's like
I hate money. I hate money. I burn it. It's not even any good. I just give away all the airdrops. I send it to the burn address, the ETH burn address. Yeah, I hate money.
I send it to Satoshi.
F your money. Yeah.
Satoshi has all my coins.
Hey,
Maybe
Henry,
I'm
you know, in your
special.
calculations, minus your 30% tithing that you're going to be giving me, that should make
Is
us
that what
both
I've got done?
senior dolphins. Oh, that's what Richard said. So
I don't trust a
he's
word he says.
he's a wise
Yeah.
person.
No, Papa B, I don't want to ruin your dreams, but if you listen, maybe you should listen at half speed, because what he said is, please, last question, please, and get off the air, goddammit. Like, I was asking you for your last question.
That was
Look, he froze.
It's just getting.
it wasn't
Your
about
heart
it was
attack.
listening to the bar.
No, it's not happening. It's not true.
He's back.
No.
Last 10 minutes of an 8-hour stream, ladies and gentlemen. I actually looked at Richard. I fast forwarded last 10 minutes today. I started at the very beginning, and then I fast forward, and it had his face all bright and cheery in hour number 1, and compare it to hour number 8 with his furrowed brow and his cheeks were drooping, and he's like, I want my Arby's. And he wanted to get off, and then here I was. Yeah. Anyway, enough.
Arby's.
just looking at gas prices, I think Hex.Vision might be wrong, because it's saying like 687 Gwei, but then I'm looking on Twitter and it's saying 84 Gwei for fastest transaction.
For the fastest, I'm showing 76.
Yeah, so I think Fireband, get on that. Fix
Yeah, but
Hex.Vision.
just be careful. Just be careful, because the Berlin hard fork is done, but like a lot of sites still have issues syncing. So like if you go on Etherscan, you still have not the actual dates. If you go on other sites, maybe now the deposit and the withdrawals are getting up again. But yeah, they're still, I think, troubleshooting some sites. Not sure what's going on, but you talked about this in the beginning, like I also pay massively more now to end the stake, like Peter said. Like if I take a day 3 stake and if I want to end it, it's way over $200 now. So
Yep.
So that's the point. Yeah. I mean, Joe Hexotic is a little confused too. He's saying that the staking is cheap. Yes, it is. It's cheaper.
yeah, staking is not really
Right.
the problem. It's
the unstaking.
It's the calculation of all the days you were staked.
Yeah, so the fees technically have gone down, other than for what we need it the most for, which is unstaking. Like it should be cheaper for everything else.
Yeah, and the fork was not designed to raise the fees. It is just, especially in my opinion, this EIP 2929 from Vitalik, which raising the S-load function. So other stuff should get a little bit cheaper, maybe. But
I need you to
anyway,
explain this ass load for me.
the S-load. Yeah, I have
Oh, you know, one thing I love about this community, especially the guys on this stream, is that if you guys even saw half of the crap we throw at each other to make fun of each other with, that's how you know that we actually like each other. So once the joking ends, it's because we're sick of each other. Just so everyone knows. I'll put that out there. Means we no longer want anything to do with each other. Yeah. X is $1 and we're disappearing into the ether. Disappearing into the ether.
The ass load function.
Will be, once X is at $1, we'll be spending our funds on like deleting, erasing all the videos, like hiring hackers. Like, get rid of me. I don't want this. I don't want to erase my past. Please.
I'm revoking my likeness from being able to be broadcast on this stream. By the way, that I like Joe's comment. I think I want
too.
that print. I want that printed on a t-shirt.
On a t-shirt, yeah.
Let me write that down. Let me write that down.
That's great.
What I was checking actually was almost 1 year stake, and it was around $100. So you might be right, Peter. If you're talking about day 3 stake, it might be around $200. But still, it was more expensive before. What I was saying is it's not 3. It didn't triple. Basically, the Gwei is lower, and maybe because it's lower because of the lower congestion of the network, but because of that S load raise, right?
Yep.
The end,
Because as long
the end
as
staking
long
is
as
really
Wave remains
Whatever you
below
say.
like 90,
these guys don't know.
Sounds good to me.
They're like,
What,
dum-dum,
did
I
they
don't understand what you say.
did they give you a lobotomy with your haircut?
No, but you have to. Maybe what you're not considering, barely, is that your stakes maybe don't have a big payday involved
no,
because
they'll
you
have big
sold
payday.
before. No, just
No, it's like
no. But I think this has an impact as well. I guess in the calculation of end stake.
no, this particular one has big payday in it.
Okay.
It's like
Lucky you.
almost 1 year old stake. Well, it's kind of small, so not so lucky.
No worries.
It's good.
Yeah, it's I hope you guys' stakes were big. And you know what? Here's another
Not
thing
only
I'd
the
like to point out.
stakes.
I don't
The
know
arse
about you
loads.
guys,
These
but
three
I
big
have.
as well.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I have big bags. They're getting snipped today, but I got big
No.
bags. So anyway, yeah, so not just stakes. But here's something that came up the other day that I was thinking about, and I think people should seriously consider it. Your bleed out rate of a non-ended stake is really not that fast. You got 50 weeks to end this, and if you've got small enough stakes that it's not worth the gas cost, if it doesn't make sense USD wise to end the gas cost at this point in time, why not let them bleed until the fork happens, the screenshot and the fork happens, and then you can at least claim them for next to nothing on the PulseChain, even if you have to continue to let your ETH side bleed out. At least you're not completely ending up with nothing.
Yeah,
Or
KNTX,
consider
I
to
hope-
spend the not used gas fees and just buy some HEX. When you have to end the stake, it costs you $100. Forget about the stake for the moment. Buy HEX for $100
HEX.
and
I like that idea
Easy.
because it's usually, if it doesn't make sense, if you're not going to make anything after you end the stake, then you might as well, I think Huddle Dog's right, use that money you would have used towards ending a stake to buy more HEX.
KNTX, in all seriousness, today with your operation, I hope you don't bleed out and am left with nothing.
In all seriousness.
Oh,
in all this is timeout for Papa.
hey Papa, I'm gonna send you over my keys in case something happens to me. You promise to take care of my family when I'm gone?
I promise. What, you got 2 kids?
4.
Okay, I'll take care of the 2 of your choice.
You have the oldest boy and the oldest girl. No, I'm just kidding. They would hate me if they heard me say that. So
They can
Oh,
trickle it
shit.
down,
It's on the internet now, man.
It's on video.
yeah, I know.
My
Dang it.
dog, my favorite too.
Dang it.
Well, we'll spend the rest of the money on counseling for the other 2. It's okay.
Right?
No.
Love to
My
see
dad
it.
didn't
Guys.
love me enough.
What do you think? How many 4 weeks will it take?
Maximum 4.
Maximum 4.
4
Are you sure?
weeks. Yeah.
I think 2, man.
4 more weeks.
That's a very bad boating accident.
Yes.
I don't know whether he'll wait to another bear market to launch Pulse as well, because that'd be quite fun. So, like, if the
Would that make? I don't think that would make sense.
Yeah,
Why?
he's considering not to
Hex
fly
did.
to Lex. So if his priority is to get Pulse out and not to fly to Hex to have an interview to get even more adoption and the word out. So I think it should be around the corner, but it's like he said yesterday, it's such a big whiteboard which you have to fill with all the kind of tasks, and it's a little bit a lot, I think, for one person.
But he's committed to the game theory to nail that down in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty bullish on because he needs in some way to save the little stakers, and he wants to save the little stakers, so they don't
is that
have
your
time
own personal
forever.
stakes, Huddle Dog? Is this what you're
Sorry?
It's just for your own stakes, the little stakes. You want to do
haven't seen- you haven't seen his
I
spot.
think I'm still
We've seen it.
thinking.
account.
No, I'm still
no.
lucky with like 100k hex. I'm still think I'm good, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, man. There are a lot of people out there with smaller stakes and
Yep.
came in later, and yeah. But if I consider in the last live stream the 555 stake, which was the minimum stake, so don't do this. I was always considering 5555 stakes. I think DJ Cryptomatic had even a comment out there, so all good.
Yeah, I
No,
think
but
even the small Quattro Cinco stakes, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right. By that time, ETH 2.0 will
Yeah.
just barely be launching. And the gas price will be
1 week before. Like-
1 week before. You might have to let it bleed 2%.
let it bleed.
1 year.
So, but yeah, I think the price appreciation of HEX and the amount of interest you'll earn over that 15-year period, I think will make it worthwhile to end that one. So,
Or you can just use some of your pulse gains to pay for the ETH fees.
thank you, Finbear. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me since Papa B won't do anything but poke at me. So appreciate
Hey,
you.
I don't poke, I caress.
Dude.
Oh man, that's. Oh yeah, I hate to do this. No, I don't.
I think it's better like this. Like this.
Small
yeah,
like
it's
this.
better distributed, I guess.
I think
No, it seems
I think-
more symmetrical.
more people are watching right now.
Hey, look at that! Our mirror went up.
We just got some likes.
Chat's going crazy.
The like button
Yeah.
if you don't want Papa in here.
Chat's going crazy. Yep, exactly right. The chat likes it better this way. What do you guys think?
Pumps rolling in. Man. Super chats everywhere.
You've all got demerits in my book, except for Peter. Peter, you're still okay.
Peter, you need to change your
It's
name
not.
from fluffy hair now. Now you've
Yeah, you
actually
don't
got
have
a
fluff
haircut.
hair now.
Without
Yeah.
fluffy hair, it
An
says.
illegal haircut, though. Everyone must be aware that he had this haircut illegally.
You can tell that Peter is on the market again.
On a what?
On the market.
On the market.
The market?
The market.
Nah, no, we
Going to
we are
get
still
some
locked
pulses
inside.
airdrop soon. Soon.
Soon, yes.
All right. Well,
Well, I wish that
Thanks for having me.
I wish the cap had given me admin authority so I could start a voice chat for the new DS Talk, so we could have people on here. But
Oh,
nope,
I want
apparently
trolls.
he's the only admin. So
Did he figure out how to use it in the end? Because he struggled last night.
no, I didn't even watch last night.
Did you not?
Busy.
Because he didn't get it to work.
He didn't get it to work.
No.
Was that an hour he tried as well? I mean, it's only 1 hour stream.
It was a good 20 minutes. It was a
Oh,
good
boy.
20 minutes of
I watched it. I'm like, oh,
technical difficulties.
boomer maneuver. Wait a minute, he's my age. Damn it.
exactly. Boomer maneuver.
That was good.
Jen Hexagon. Oh.
No, I'll figure that out going forward, guys. We'll if I even decide to open this up to everyone. So
Mm.
Huddle Dog actually has dogs.
Yeah,
it yours?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huddle dogs.
Those are huddle dogs, yeah.
Do they have
Huddle
steaks? Do they have
Dog.
steaks as well?
Yeah, but only in the evening. And they are just short-term stakes and T-shirts.
They are only on staking.
No. I have 2 dogs, man.
So do you feed them steaks and they produce T-shares?
Yeah, no more. No. They produce shit coins, actually. So,
Well done.
but the dogs are the last line of defense in my security model, so that's good.
So, how to look? How much XRP do you have?
A lot. Not
Every
one
day
XRP.
he
Never had, never will. Nope. Nope.
Well,
I have a
your dog
lot
is shitting
of other
out.
shit coins, but not XRP. Dog steaks on the T-bones. That's true. They're better, the T-bones, than the T-shares. Okay.
Like it.
I really like the professionality of this stream today. It's amazing.
We
Well,
could say
thanks,
that every
Total
stream,
Dog.
dude.
It's definitely gone uphill today. Like, I'd say this is a strong contender for our best show.
I hear no
apologize,
whistling,
guys.
so
No nasal
No,
whistling.
I
very
think we should just all continue to stake for the next 2 weeks, wait until some more news. We see that some stuff is uncertain at the moment, and soon we'll have new information. All the speculation is going on, which you said, Knipples, in the chat and in the PulseChain. It's just like, it's a little bit of waste of energy if you...
It kind of is. It really is.
It's
But
fun.
I like the stream of Maddie All-In from yesterday evening. He was doing some sort of a brainstorming with Wales and Kareem and the chat. So I think he was writing a Medium post somewhere. Not sure if he published it yet. So he tried to summarize a little bit all the information, like to I guess to help Richard a little bit more. Bye, Peter.
Peter has a
Whoa,
lot of more
Peter,
muscles than
Are you okay there? You were lifting.
yeah.
You're changing a light bulb. What was that? I heard grunting.
it was too dark, you know.
I heard chickens.
Like your humor.
Oh,
chickens.
wow. It's like trolling, like, on stream. I like that. Very nice.
Yeah, I try my best.
I know. You try.
I try my best, you know.
Hey, Clips, I thought you had more clips. Or was that the only one?
Well, no, there's like
kind of late
50,
to say that right now.
There's a lot.
50,000 clips. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we would
gotta
love
look at
to.
'em.
We would love to dig into more of them. Especially if any of you guys have ideas. I'm sorry, I'm responding. I apologize, guys. I just kind of left you here. I'm actually responding to requests to help out the channel and people giving me their specialties. So already people giving me an influx of things to consider and talent to pick from the pool. So appreciate you guys.
Nice.
Right.
So yeah, I would love to delve into that 8-hour stream a lot more. If there's any specific topics any of you guys in the comments would like to see, obviously we're at our time limit for the day, so we're probably going to be marching our way out of here in just a moment, but it'd be great to have ideas going forward. I know Papa B is always coming up with new ideas for the show. He comes to me with a lot of ideas. If you guys have any as well, we've got a channel for you that you guys are already in. You guys can DM me either on Twitter or Telegram, and we can definitely do that. So I appreciate you guys. I'd love to have more of this conversation going forward, and it'd be nicer instead of, like Coddle Dog says, instead of wasting our time speculating on what is going to happen with Pulse, we can talk definitively about the things that Richard has addressed directly. And I'd like to spend more of our time doing that going forward. So, and focusing on the fact that every one of us here on the stream is making trustless interest every day. So with that, guys, I appreciate you all. And Markable, take us out.
Stake long and hard. Outro.